Hello everyone, so welcome back to the online class of physics class 10. So in the last video we learned about the ray diagrams of images formed by a concave mirror, and today let us see some of the uses of concave mirror. So as per the ray diagrams we got 6 positions of the object for which 6 different images of the objects were being formed. So before going to the uses, let us just revise. So when the object was at infinity, image forms at focus. Then the object comes little bit close and the object comes beyond C. At that time the image forms between F and C. Then when the object is at C, image forms at C. When the object is between C and F, image forms beyond C. And when the object is at F, image forms at infinity. And lastly, when the object is between F and P, the image forms behind the mirror. So these were the 6 positions of the object for which we get 6 different positions of images. Now out of these 6, these 5 gave us real and inverted image, and only the last position gives us virtual and erect image. So this was a quick revision of the different positions for the object to be kept for a concave mirror. Now let us see some of the uses. Some of the uses of concave mirror. So concave mirror are mostly used in torches or searchlights to get a parallel beam of light which can be projected to a longer distance. So you might have seen in torches, inside the torch there is a curved surface, silvered color. One surface is there means in the center of which the bulb is fixed, which gives a parallel beam of light to be used or to be projected over large or long distances. Then it is used by dentists to see a bigger image of the teeth or to see the flaws. And these are also used as shaving mirrors. So these are used by dentists and used as shaving mirror. Because this mirror can give us a erect image, virtual and erect image, which is bigger than the object. So now let us look on the ray diagrams formed by a convex mirror. So for a convex mirror there are only 2 positions in which the object could be placed. Number 1, first one, when the object is at infinity. So number 1, object at infinity. So as per while drawing the ray diagrams, we'll first make the curve of the mirror. This is our curve and this part will be the shaded region. Then in this mirror there are some differences, some changes are there. First of all, we'll put the pole here, then this is our pole, and then we will extend our principal axis from here. Oh sorry, before drawing the principal axis, so first next will be our center of curvature, which I am putting here. Then I will extend the principal axis from this point, running straight through the pole to the center of curvature. This is our principal axis. Then again the center, exactly at the middle point between P and C, we will have our focus. Now first position, object is at infinity. We will take the object somewhere here, little bit longer and bigger in size. And as we have drawn earlier also in the previous videos, or in the concave mirror, when the light comes from infinity, we first take shaded lines and then we take solid lines coming parallel to the principal axis. So these are the arrows denoting the direction of the light ray. Now here also, while drawing the ray diagrams for convex mirror also, we have to follow the 4 laws of reflection. Means we have to use the 4 laws which we learned earlier. So as we know, when the light rays are parallel to the principal axis, after reflection they pass through focus. Now here, after the light falls on the mirror, the light will not come back, will not come inside the mirror, because the light will be reflected away. But we have to draw in such a way such that the reflected ray, the imaginary line of reflected ray comes and meets at focus. So let us just see the example like this. So when the light will come and fall on the mirror, the light will be reflected away like this. Then the imaginary line, means we will extend this line back, which should come and meet at focus. Shifting a little bit here, so it comes and meets at focus. Same thing will go for the lower ray also. The ray will get reflected away like this, and the imaginary line will come and meet at focus. So our image will be formed at this point. So here, position of image at F, size, point sized. And remember, this image is formed inside the mirror, so this image will be virtual and erect. Nature, virtual and erect. So this is the first position. Next, in the second position, the object will come close to the mirror. Now in this point you see there are no markings, means from P to infinity there is no marking in between. So the object can be placed at any position between the pole and infinity. So in the second one, it will change a little bit, and our grabbing this will also change. For this, in the second position, our object will be object between P and infinity. So here I am drawing the mirror again. This is the shaded part of the mirror. This will be our pole, and somewhere here will be our center of curvature. We will be extending the principal axis to C. Here will be our focus. Remember, the distance of focus from the pole up to center of curvature is always half. Means this part is equal to this much part. Now object is between pole and infinity. So object could be placed here, can be placed here, can be placed here, or even can be placed at this point. So I am just taking the object here so that it's easy for me to draw the ray diagram. Writing the pole this side. Okay. Now first ray will go parallel to principal axis. And then it will reflect away like this. But it will reflect in such a way that this line comes straight up to focus. Like this it will come. So we will take the reflected ray like this, and the imaginary ray will come and meet at focus. Second ray, as we know, always goes through or passes through center of curvature. So in this case the ray will not come to center of curvature as the mirror is in between, but the imaginary ray can come. So we will take it in such a way that here, then it comes up to here. As we know, the ray which comes up to center of curvature goes back in the same path. So this ray will be reflected away like this. This should be straight. My lines might not be straight, but you should use scale while drawing. So you see the two rays are meeting at this point and the image will be formed here. So our image forms here. This is the image. I have drawn in bold lines, but it should be in shaded lines. So you see the object is bigger than size and image is smaller. And for any positions of the object in front of a convex mirror, the image always forms between F and P. So let us see the characteristics. Position of image between pole and focus. Size, the image is smaller than object. I have written in short OBJ, and the nature is virtual and direct. So these are the two positions for objects to form an image for a convex mirror. You can note it down. So you can pause the video and note it down there. So totally in mirrors we have six positions for concave mirror and 2 positions for convex mirror. You have to practice all of them, and always remember to give the arrowheads to which direction the rays are going. So now let us see some of the uses of convex mirror. Convex mirror are mostly used for making rear view mirrors of cars or vehicles, because they provide a very bigger area to be seen behind the driver, and also the image which is formed is virtual and erect. So it becomes easy for the driver to see any object which is coming from behind, and also as the image is straight, the driver is not confused or does not get problem while driving. But the problem is that the image which is formed is smaller in size. So that is why you might have seen in car rear view mirrors, it might be written, car or bike rear view mirrors, it might be written there, objects in the mirror are smaller than they appear, are closer than they appear. So that means the image will be smaller in size, which does not mean that the object is very far away. So these are the total 8 ray diagrams for you to be practiced. Thank you. Next we'll do sign conventions for mirrors. Thank you.